Chapter 20. A World Without Her Sisters. The flowers! Gothel sat up in bed, panicked. The flowers! Where are the flowers? Lucinda flew into the room. We found only one flower, Gothel, only one. Likely the one Jacob had planted here years ago. It seems they did not flourish as Jacob hoped they might, but these are disenchanted lands. But what about my sisters? Where are they? Asked Gothel. Jacob thought to put enchanted soil from the city of the dead in their coffins, just enough to keep them preserved. But I'm sorry to say all the flowers that were placed with them in their coffins have died. How am I going to save my sisters? I'm not sure, my little one. Our main concern has been your health. Gothel was still befuddled from her long sleep. She was having a hard time clearing her head and a very hard time communicating. All she could manage was panicked, rapid fire questions as they popped into her head. The blood. Where is it? How long have we been here? Who did the unpacking? We did, Gothel. We didn't want Mrs. Tittlebottom to come across something that might frighten or confuse her. Who is Mrs. Tittlebottom? Your new cook, dear. She's completely trustworthy. We've made sure of that. Should I even ask? Lucinda laughed. No, nothing like that. No magical interference, I promise. But what about the chests from the vault? Where are they? We put the gold in the cellar along with your sisters. You have the only key, Gothel. It's in your bedside table drawer. Mrs. Tittlebottom has the keys to the rest of the house, of course. Where are my books? In the sitting room. We've made it into a library for you, I promise. We've arranged everything while you've been sleeping. How long has it been? Asked Gothel, looking at the floral patterned wallpaper. It was a pleasant deep brown and dusty rose, so different from her old home. Just a few days, Gothel. We've only been here a few days, said Lucinda. I feel like I'm living in an entirely different world, Gothel said, looking out the window at the sea of wildflowers and pink blossoming trees. You are, my dear, but it's a beautiful world, isn't it? I suppose so, said Gothel. Lucinda? Yes, dear. How long was I asleep in the dead woods? A very long time, Gothel. More time than I even realized had passed until I heard from Jacob. I need to go down to the cellar. I'm guessing Jacob packed my mother's blood with the other things from the vault, Gothel said, trying to get up but feeling faint. Let me. You're still rather weak. What should I look for? Lucinda asked. A glass bottle of blood with a wax-sealed cork. It should be inside a wooden chest. I'll be right back. I'll send Mrs. Tittlebottom up with some tea, said Lucinda as she fished the key out of the bedside table drawer. Gothel had woken up in a world she didn't quite care for. It was a world without magic, without Jacob, a world without her sisters. She had never imagined living in a world without them. She hardly knew what to do next. What was her life without the dead woods, without her sisters? Everything she knew had been destroyed or murdered. Even her beloved Jacob and his army were likely dust, her family home probably destroyed. All so some ailing queen could have her precious flower. Gothel was brought out of her musings by the sound of Mrs. Tittlebottom's clearing her throat at the threshold of her room. Hello, my lady. Your sisters asked that I bring up some tea. My sister? Asked Gothel. Are my sisters here? Where are they? Yes, my lady. Lady Lucinda has gone down to the cellar for something. The ladies Ruby and Martha are in the library, said Mrs. Tittlebottom, giving Gothel a sad smile. Ah, yes, of course, thank you. You poor dear. Your sister said you were still a little befogged after such a long illness. Now don't you worry. I will stuff you with your favorite foods and hopefully liven your spirits. Thank you, Mrs. Tittlebottom, said Gothel, taking the tea. Now you drink that all up, Lady Gothel. Please, just call me Gothel. And you can just call me Mrs. T, said Mrs. Tittlebottom with a smile. Lucinda walked back into the room empty-handed. Thank you, Mrs. T. I think we will take our midday meal in the garden, if you don't mind. It's such a lovely day, and I would like my sister to get some air. I think that's a wonderful idea, Lady Lucinda. I have some of her favorites in the oven now. I'd better go check on them before they're ruined, she said as she trotted out of the room and down the stairs to the kitchen. Did you find it? Lucinda shook her head. I didn't, Gothel. I'm sorry. It has to be somewhere. If it is here, we will find it, I promise. Lucinda sat next to Gothel on the bed and put her hand on hers. Listen to me. Your sisters are fine where they are now. They're safe. I know you're eager to wake them, and I understand. I do, believe me. But right now, I'm worried about you. Can we focus on getting you better first? And once you're strong again, we can focus on your sisters. How does that sound? Fine, I suppose. What's the matter? Why did you tell the cook you're my sister? This is a small town, Gothel. People gossip. You're a young woman with no family relations. I didn't want those nosy gossips in town weaving wild stories, digging up your background, or giving you any trouble. The last thing you need is the king sending his men to find the last remaining flower. That was very smart of you. Thank you, said Gothel. Have you heard from Jacob? Do you know what became of my lands? I'm afraid there is nothing left of your lands. Not much, anyway, said Lucinda with a sad look. She knew how much Gothel loved the dead woods. And Jacob? Asked Gothel. He's gone, too, said Lucinda. It seems she had nothing but bad news for her friend that day. Then he is finally at rest, said Gothel, squeezing Lucinda's hand. Yes, he deserves his rest, don't you think? Asked Lucinda. I do. I really do, said Gothel, wiping the tears from her cheeks.